Hello, I believe we are live. Just give me a moment, please. I'll make sure everything is working fine and we shall get started. Okay, everything looks to be good and we're good to go. Hello and a very warm welcome to you. My name is Uzair and welcome to today's YouTube live stream. Every weekday I log online at 5 o'clock in the UK and answer any questions you may have about Google Ads or digital marketing, and I also go through various subjects and topics and quite often walkthroughs in the Google Ads interface. So I hope you had a productive and a profitable Monday and had a nice weekend. Talking about being profitable, now this is what it's all about, especially when you're running an online campaign in Google Ads or Facebook or wherever you are running your ads. So you can only be profitable if you target obviously the right keywords, have a very nice ad with great message on it, landing page which converts. But then what you also want to do is to optimize, and this is where a lot of people get too much trigger friendly on the keyboards because they try to optimize the campaigns too much and too quickly. And I've always said this, that you got to give Google a bit of time so that whatever changes you've made, it starts to learn and implement those changes in the campaigns. So don't try to do too many things too quickly. So I'll talk about some optimization tips today, and obviously there's so many things you can do to optimize your campaigns. I have done quite a few tips last week. If you go into the playlist, you'll find that, but I'll cover some more today. So I see a few of you online. Hello Manoj, Ashish. So yeah, welcome. And if you have any questions, please put them in the comment box over on the right hand side of your video, and I'll come back to all the questions and comments towards the end of this presentation. And also let me know which part of the world you're from, so it's always good to know where my audience is and potential customers are as well. Hi Sandy, Promise, MF Fuel, welcome. It's your first time here today, so that's good. And well, these sessions are all for you guys. I started these live streams since the lockdown started, just after the lockdown started, and I've continued to run these during the weekdays, and I've had some great feedback, comments, and gratitude from a lot of people saying that it really helps them with their online marketing. So I'll try my best to offer you great content and hopefully make a difference to your Google Ads and digital marketing. So let's hop into the Google Slides first of all. After I've finished these slides, I'll answer any questions which you may have put on the comment box. Okay, so these are not in any order. These are just some ongoing optimization tips which you need to put into practice and put in your workflow. So the first one which I'm going to talk about is the display path, which causes a fair amount of confusion as to what you need to put in. So it could be your www.yourwebsite.com/. Try and put a keyword in there. So you've got two, path 1 and path 2. Each one of them takes up to 15 characters. Now you don't need to have that same URL on your website or where you are driving the traffic to. So your landing page URL could be yourwebsite.com, but on the display path it should have and ought to have your keywords in that, because it's going to make the ad even more relevant to someone when they have searched for a specific keyword and they see that keyword in the headline, in the description, in the path URL, and so on. So you want to put the keywords in path 1 and path 2. And this is just a simple thing which obviously is for free. It doesn't cost you anything additional, but a lot of people don't use it. So let's talk a little bit about the ads. Capitalize each letter. So just like over here, I've got the A, B, and P as capitalized. So if you had this in your ad, you write each and every word with a capital letter. Don't capitalize the whole word, because Google is going to disapprove the ad. So first character can be capitalized, no problem. It just makes the ad a lot more, I wouldn't say bigger, but it catches the eye a bit more. That is what Google's best practice is. One of them is to capitalize all words in your ad. So you've got to make sure that you've done that. And as soon as I look at the ad, and if it has got capital letters all the way through, I know that it has been written by someone who knows a thing or two about Google Ads. But when I see that they are not capitalized, then I know I can take on that advertiser without any problems and beat them in the ad rank. Put in a call to action. And what I tend to do is most of the time either put it in the headline 2 or headline 3. Or if I've got multiple, not if, I do have multiple ads in each ad group, I'll sometimes put the call to action in headline 2 and sometimes in headline 3, and then see which one is working and which one isn't. Because quite often Google will not show the headline 3. So you want to put that call to action straight up. So the headline 1, make sure you have the seed keyword. Headline 2, call to action. You want them to download, buy, book a free consultation, or whatever it may be. Then the description, you start off with your unique selling proposition, or the USP. What's in it for the customer and not about you. So you try and talk about the benefits and the features of how it can help, how your service or product can help someone with the problem, and you want to convey that message that you are the solution to their problem, and that's how you are likely to get the click and hopefully the conversion. If you do offer something for free consultation, free visit, free delivery, and things like that, put the word free in it, because that's the best, I would say, clickable word, or the best word for any ad is the word free, because it will straight away attract your audience with the word free. Everybody likes a freebie. This is where I also have a fair amount of debate, arguments, discussions with other customers, colleagues, and other guys who are running Google Ads, that, oh, should you or should you not put price on the ad? Because what a lot of people say, well, let them come to my website, have a read through of my landing page and what we want to offer, and then we talk about pricing, which is fair enough. You don't want to be selling on price, for sure. However, if somebody cannot afford you, then what's the point of them clicking on your ad and coming through to your website and then bouncing off? But eventually you will have to talk price. Nobody wants to talk about the pricing, but you will have to sooner or later talk about the pricing with the client. So my humble opinion is, put it up. From it, you could be, it doesn't need to be an exact price. You might have a different plans, different offers, and lots of different variables in your offer which will dictate the price. So you could put up a price which says from, so that way you don't waste the click. ad extensions is such an easy win, is such a low-hanging fruit, where you want to make your ad as big as possible on Google. So the real estate on Google at the top, if you got a bigger ad, you're going to pretty much take up a lot of the space compared to your competitors. And just by having the simple extensions like call extension, call out extensions, again, you are giving call out extensions like anything which you want to shout out. So even if you have these free delivery or open 7 days a week in the ad, put it back again. It doesn't mean that, oh, you put it up in the ad, you can't use it again, but use it in a different wording or different way, but put that message back again. You are reinforcing that message in the call out extension. Location extension, I would highly recommend that you set up your Google My Business page if you haven't, and link it to your Google Ads account, and then Google will show your ads, especially the smart campaigns you can run using the location extension, because Google will show the ads to people who are near your location. And you don't need to keep on tweaking or changing these extensions. Once they are set up, it's pretty much running all the time. You can change it, so things like call out or structured snippets or site links, and see which one is performing and which one isn't, and then you can optimize it by changing it afterward. So set up structured snippet, site links, price extension. Again, you can say, there's lots of ways you can showcase your price on the ad, which is a really great way to pre-qualify your audience. And if you're running any promotions, so you might be running a promo for Christmas, Valentine's, New Year, Mother's Day, Father's Day, or summer promotion, or whatever offer you are running, you can put up as an extension as well. Now let's talk a little bit about the landing page best practices. I had an email from someone over the weekend, and the email said, oh, I had 60 clicks over the weekend and 0 conversions. Can you give me some tips? Well, this 60 clicks, first of all, is not a lot of clicks, so I'm not sure what your expectations are with regards to conversions. You will not get conversions right off the bat. Sometimes you do, but if you don't have any data and you don't know what's working and what's not working, then it's pretty difficult to get conversions. It does take a bit of time to get the campaigns going, but it may not be the problem at Google Ads. It could be the problem at your landing page, and this is where a lot of people will not accept their problem. They only talk about, oh, Google Ads is a scam, Facebook is just taking our money and ripping us off. It's not that. You got to make sure that your landing page is up to date, and it is it is converting, so that you've got all the important message on the page, so it converts. So first of all, it's without having to say about the page speed. Google is going to really hammer you with high CPCs if you don't have a fast page speed. So it's in your interest to invest a little bit upfront to get a faster page speed, and then you start running your campaign. I hear this all the time. I'll get this campaign started when I make money, then I'll invest in the in the landing page or the website. It never works that way. If you do have any navigation bar at the top or on your landing page or website, then make it simple and crystal clear, so that the visitor does not get confused as to where to click and what these the buttons are all about. You want to have an headline which conveys that message straight up, and you want that message to be understood within 3 seconds or less. As soon as they read that headline, It needs to be precise, clear, and attention-grabbing headline. So straight up, they can see what that they have come to that right page. What they saw on the ad has got that same message on the landing page. Then you want to use what we call a hero image or a video. Photography is very important, so use high quality professional images. Don't copy it from Google. These are all copyrighted images. Buy them. There are lots of stock libraries, and you can buy these images and videos for a few dollars. It's worth your while investing into high quality assets, because if you copy it and start using it, the internet is a very small place nowadays, and somebody will sue you for breach of copyrights. Have a strong call to action, just like on your ad. Have the same strong call to action on your landing page. So your button should say, buy now or download now or get started or whatever it may be. Make sure that it is very clear and it hasn't got a lot of text around it, so it stands out quite nicely. Social proof is very important. You need to have that, and that could make or break that transaction or that conversion. Because if you've got lots of conversions, I beg your pardon, a lot of social proof, and you're displaying people are singing your praises and they are liking what you offer, then you will hopefully get some more people to buy your product or service. The other thing which you also want to be doing over a period of time is, once you've started your campaigns, is to keep on testing with different headlines, offers, and call to actions. So by all means, optimize and test your Google Ads campaigns, but then you also keep a close eye on the landing page best practices and landing page optimization, because both of them work hand in hand. And the simple thing is, you've got to give what they want. So what they searched, what you promised them on the ad, and what you are showing on that landing page is what it is all about. And if you've got all these three key the search queries, the ad, and the landing page all tightly set up, then hopefully you're going to get good results from your campaigns. Adjusting your bids at device level is also something which I don't see in a lot of campaigns. So you can set them up as, obviously you've got 3 devices: computer, mobile, and tablet. And if your tablet ones are way over the cost per acquisition, then you can bid down. Or if your mobile is performing very well, you can bid up, and so on. What you can also do is, when we go on to our budget, which I'll talk about in a second, let me cover the ad schedule. Is you will have some of the days which will be more profitable than the others, and some of the time of the day. So when you can see all these in your ad schedule, then you can bid up or down, plus minus the bid adjustments accordingly. So what you want to do is you've got your mean target CPA, and if some of the days are way over, bid them down. If Tuesdays are expensive, okay, minus 30% or minus 20% on the bid adjustment. If Mondays are way below your target CPA, and it is being profitable and you're getting a good amount of conversion, then bid up. So you don't want to be losing out on search traffic on those profitable days and the time of the day. And if you are just running call campaigns and your offices are shut after 5 p.m., then don't run campaigns or the call campaigns after 5 p.m. because people will still click on your ads and nobody will be at the other end to pick up the phone. This is something which you should be doing, and everyone should be doing, is to apply these audiences, all your audiences, to your campaigns as observation mode. it will not harm, it will not restrict, it will not reduce your traffic. We are just, as the word says, observation. We are just observing, see which audiences are performing and which ones aren't. So then you can gather the data, and then you can bid up or down on the audiences level as well. Locations as well, you can plus minus your bid adjustments on locations. So if you find that, you know, Chicago is more profitable than New York, then you bid up on Chicago, bid down on New York. And again, this is something where a lot of people miss a trick by not bidding and optimizing your bids on locations. Negative keywords we've talked about quite a bit, and I always talk about it because negative keywords are your best friend in Google Ads. So what you want to do, the simplest way to do that is to create an account level negative keyword list and apply that to all campaigns. And if you create new campaigns, all you do is you go to your negative keyword list, apply it to that one, and all the keywords which are in that list will be applied to the new one, so you don't have to keep going through each one of them one at a time. Budget optimization is you allocate more budget to better performing or more profitable campaigns and less to the others. If you've got 4 or 5 campaigns running, so don't put up the same budget on all the campaigns. Split them out. I also split out campaigns by devices. If I find that the mobile, which it will eat up all your budget all the time, no matter what you sell or what you do or where you are, you will find the mobile traffic is going to be way, you know, pretty much more than double than the other computer and the tablet. So you can separate the mobile out, allocate its own budget so that the computer and the tablet can get a look in and then see what's happening. You can also set up a campaign for just to run on computers, mobile, and tablet. Allocate each budget to each one of these campaigns and see what's happening. And if you find that tablet is not working, switch it off. Put that budget into the more profitable campaign. So these were some of the tips which I would go through and do when we are optimizing our campaigns. So let's go to the comment box. It's pretty busy today, and I'll try and cover each one of them for you. Okay, hello Manoj. I do SEO, want to learn Google Ads and Bing PPC. Well, you are in the right place for Google Ads. You can binge watch. There are over 400-500 videos on my channel over here, and in this playlist we've got over God knows how many, 30-40 hours worth of I would like to think high quality content. So yeah, watch it, but you got to put into practice as well. It's not just keep on watching non-stop. Whatever you learn, until you don't practice, you will not get better. So, and you will make mistakes as you go along, so don't be scared of making mistakes. And as you make mistakes, you learn from them and don't make it again. That would be my advice. Hi Ashish, good evening to you as well. So enjoy the process of optimization. Good, thank you. Okay, hello everyone. California, Nigeria, India, Bahrain. So they're pretty much all around the world. We've got people from. Ashish, thank you and appreciate it. This is something which I would like to give back. I've been helped by others in the past, and I thought it's about time I do something in return. So I appreciate you guys being here and spending time with me, first of all, because if you guys are not here, then I would have probably stopped after a few days. Okay, hello Abby. All right, so we've got a question from Precious Pearls. I'm new to Google Ads and wasted some money. Please tell us a way how can we make money with ads, as I will spend $100 on ads and get more than 100 in return in form of ad revenue. It's a very good question, and it's one of the most common questions which is always asked. Oh, I wasted my money. It's not wasted at all, because if you don't have data, you need to buy data or artificial intelligence or whatever you want to call it from Google, because until you don't have data, how can you look into it and see what worked or what did not work? Now, if you did not make any money, obviously it did not work. So you need to keep on improving it, and so then you can see, okay, what do I need to improve? Let's start from the first bit, impressions. Without impressions, you will not get the clicks. So let's look at the CTR. Let's start improving that CTR. Once you start improving that, and then you go along, okay, why aren't the conversions happening now? If my CTR is good, people are clicking on my ad. You look at the keyword list and see they are not broad keywords. Definitely do not run broad keywords if you only got a limited budget. Look at negative keywords, see which one is eating up all your budget, and then going forward you will not. So it's not like a tab where you open up and you start to get conversions straight off from the word go. You got to keep running it, and then you'll start to find that you are going to get a return on ad spend. Sometimes you may have to spend few $100s just to learn what is happening and what's not happening. So I would never say this, that you have wasted your money. It is that you invested your money to make more money. I saw a YouTuber who told that we can earn double from Google ads we will spend. Well, if you are just looking at doubling your money, it's not a lot. You want to be looking at a bit more, because you're not taking into account your cost of goods. So this is where you want to be looking at least a bit more. It really depends on your business and your profit margins. I will cover that, how to calculate your profits and your minimum return on ad spend, or ROAS. Hi Adam, is there a good tool you use to test page speed? Yes, there is. If you just go to Google and put in Google page speed test, you will get the Page Insights tool, and that's pretty good. Okay, thank you, Mike from Bournemouth. A nice part of the world, Mike. Ashish, how to select keywords initially? Should we select high volume or low CPC? Well, the expensive keywords are expensive for a reason, because they convert better. So you need to try them out and see what's happened. And I have done a fair few videos and sessions on keyword research, where I go through my process of how to organize the keywords in ad groups, and I'll be doing one more this week, because every week I've got so many emails requesting more of these keyword research and how to set up these ads. So if you stick around, then you'll know how to do that. Where am I? Ashish, you're asking what are the mandatory requirements on a landing page? Well, this is the best practices which I've just gone through. If you follow these, you'll be pretty much good to go. Hi, Sandy Entertainments. Customer info form is also important, right? So if I'm running food-based ad, if I offer free shipping, how should be the landing page? Or without looking at your landing page, I can't comment as to how it should be. Sometimes the worst designed landing page converts the best. So until you don't try, I'm not saying your page is bad, but I'm just saying we try to make it pretty and better, with really nice graphics and everything. But the simple the page is, the better it's going to sometimes convert. Adam, do you feel bidding low on keyword misspellings is a good strategy? Not really, because Google will show you ads for misspelled keywords. Exact match is not exact match anymore, so it doesn't really matter, really. Ashish, what should be the minimum bid? I can't comment. What would be the minimum bid for your niche? It could be $2, it could be $80, depending on your niche. Abdi Noor, can I use Google campaign for Amazon products which I'm affiliate to from Kenya? You can't use affiliate links, but you can drive to your Amazon page, but then you won't be able to track the conversion tracking. So the best way for Amazon I would recommend is you run Amazon ads, because this is where you can track your conversions. But if you're just optimizing for clicks, then you can pretty much use maximize clicks bidding and get as many clicks on your ads as possible and drive them to Amazon. And then you will need to do the calculations of how much profit or profit you are making by how much you spent on Google and how much were your sales in Amazon. So that's it for today. Thank you very much, guys, for being here. Tomorrow I would have been here, but I have some personal matter to attend to, so we will not be online tomorrow, but I will be online on Wednesday. So till then, stay safe and hope you can make it. Thanks for now.